In this video, I'll discuss Q4 FY25 result and Concall of Techno, Electric and Engineering. So, Techno, Electric and Engineering has three business segments. One is power generation, second is transmission and distribution, and third is the newest data center. So, in the segment of power generation, what they do, they have a wind energy plant in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay. From there they produce wind energy, and another thing they do is they manufacture equipment to support hydropower and thermal power companies. That is the power generation segment. Second is transmission and distributions. They do advanced metering infrastructure, and they also install smart meters. That is their second. And third is the newest. They are establishing data centers in Chennai and Kolkata. Also, they are looking to open 100 small size data center across India. Okay, so that is the thing, and they are expecting 250 megawatt size of data center by FY30 in their company. So that is the point. In the if I talk about little about the Chennai data center, that is capable of 36 megawatt. That is the thing, and it is going to commission in the next quarter Q1 FY26, and the revenue will generate from Q2 FY26. If I talk about the phases, the phase 1 of Chennai data center will be in the next quarter, which is around 5.6 megawatt, and another 30 megawatt will be commissioned in next 6 months. Okay, so that is the point with Chennai. And if I talk about the data center in Kolkata, that is in the first phase of construction. The pre-construction work have started in Kolkata, so it will take time around, I think, 2 years if I am not wrong. Yeah, in 2027 they will commission Kolkata data center. And another one which is important is the edge data centers, which they are collaborated with Railtel Corporation. Sorry. So what they do is that they have make a partnership with Railtel, and they will open 100 small sized data center across the country. Okay, and all of the data centers will be around capacity of 200 to 1000 kilowatt. So as you know, if Chennai is around 36 megawatt, Kolkata is around 15 to 17 megawatt, and it is around 0.2 to 1 kind of megawatt. Okay, so that is the point. So the company is saying that in the next few years, like 5, 6 years, 7 years, the main phase of the company will be data center. So that is the thing with data center. And if I talk about the revenue part, if I talk about, by 2030 they are planning to commission about 250 megawatt data center in their company. So that is a big kind of aspiration if I see. And per megawatt revenue for data center is around 10 crore per year. Okay, 10 to 12 crore per year. And the EBITDA for data center is around 80%. So you can say it is a huge thing. If data center become one of the main segment in the company, then the whole margin will be shifted upward. Okay, so that is the thing we have to track, that how the data center is panning out in the company. So that is the data center part. And if I talk about the before going to the result part, I will say that they are like in a segments. in those segments which are very big, which is going to be very big in the coming years in India, like the smart meter. There is a huge pipeline for the smart smart meter installation. Data center, huge opportunity in India. And another thing is renewable energies and those kind of uh, equipment manufacturing and all of this. So they are in three segment, and all of these three segment are really have a good opportunity in the future. So that is the thing with this company. And let's talk about the Q4 FY25 result. So if I talk about the revenue, they grew their revenue year on year by 85%. In this quarter, they registered a revenue of 1815 crore. If I say the guidance also, they achieved their guidance in terms of the yearly revenue, in terms of the quarterly revenue. They gave a guidance of 2200 500 crore in FY25, and they have achieved if I am not wrong, 2270 crore. So yearly guidance achieved. And also if we see quarterly, they gave a guidance of 750 to 800 crore in the last quarter, and they have done a 815 crore. So in terms of guidance, they have done really good. So that is the thing. And they are giving a guidance of for FY26, they are saying that they will do 3500 crore. And if I see the CAGR, so that is the 60% increase year on year. So in terms of the growth also, they are doing really consistently well. In the FY24, they grew 80% year on year, and in the FY25 they grew 50% versus the FY24. So in the last two quarters, in the last 2 years, they have shown a really good growth in terms of the revenue, and they are expecting the growth will continue in the future also, as they are giving a guidance of 3500 crore in FY26, which is 60% increase year on year. And also they are giving for FY27, they are saying that they will do 4500 crore in FY27, which is around 43%, 45% CAGR increase. Okay, so that is the point. And one thing is important, that they are giving FY26 guidance X data center. So they are expecting 100 crore revenue from data center in FY26. So overall console level, they can do around 3600 crore. Okay, so that is the point with the revenue guidance. So guidance is fairly good for FY27 also, which is around 45% CAGR growth, and in FY26 they are expecting 60% growth in terms of revenue. So all good in terms of revenue. And they have little seasonality in their revenue also. They are saying that in the H1 of FY26, they will do 40% of their revenue, and 60% of their revenue will come in the second half. Okay, so that is the seasonality a little, obviously, because 40-60 kind of distribution in terms of revenue. So that is the thing. So the main target of the company is around what? Around 1600 crore in the H1, and another 2000 crore will be in H2. So that is the point. Okay, so in terms of order book, if I talk about the in terms of order book, in this quarter they have an order book of 11,000 crore, which increased 12% quarter on quarter. So that is a really good increase in terms of order book. They back 2000 crore order book in this quarter only, so really good in terms of order book. They have really good order book backing in because if we see their revenue in this year, in this FY25 they done a revenue of 2200 crore, okay, and they have a order book of 11,000 crore of order book. So the order book is really big for them. So there is no problem in terms of execution also, and they can do a really good in terms of revenue also in the future. And what they are expecting is that just a minute, they are expecting 2000 crore order book in terms of transmission segment, to 1500 to 2000 crore order book in terms of smart meter, and 500 crore order book from generation segment. Okay, so the order book pipeline is also very good. They are expecting high amount of order book per year. Okay, so that is the point. And yeah, their L1 order book is around 800 crore in the quarter in the Q4 FY25. So that is their order book thing. And if I talk about the EBITDA margin, in this quarter they have done a EBITDA margin of 15.5%, year on year increased by 300 bps. So EBITDA margin also increased, and if I see they have done a EBITDA margin of 14 to 16% kind of EBITDA margin. They have done for last I think few quarters, like 6, 7, 8 quarters. They are really consistent with their margin also, and the guidance is also in a similar range of 13 to 14%. So that is their EBITDA margin guidance and the result. And if I see the data center will come from Q2 FY26, and EBITDA margin of data center is around 80%. So if the data center can get big and bigger, then their EBITDA margin will be shifted upward. And the management is also saying the similar thing, that as the data center will grow in our business, our EBITDA margin will get a upward momentum. Okay, so that is the point. So operating leverage will be there in the future if everything goes normal and fine. So that is the point. Okay, so in terms of PAT, they have done a PAT of 134 crore in the quarter in the Q4 FY25, which increased by 73% year on year. Okay, so in terms of PAT also they have done a really good job, and obviously there is no operating leverage in this company because revenue grew by 85% and PAT grew by 73%. So yeah, there is no problem of operating leverage. That can be the future also. So that is the point. And in terms of EPS, they gave a target of 35 rupees EPS in FY25, and they done a EPS of 36 rupees. Okay, so in terms of EPS also they achieved their guidance in FY25. And if I talk about the future guidance, they are expecting EPS of 50 in FY26, which is around 43% increase year on year against FY25, and they are expecting more than 75 rupees of EPS in FY27, which is 46% CAGR. So in terms of EPS also they are expecting a good kind of growth. So that is the thing. But in this company there is no problem with the guidance, because whatever they have guided us, they have done it. till moment, if I see in the past Concall, they have done a really good job in terms of their guidance. And in terms of PAT margin, in this quarter they have done a PAT margin of 16.5%, which grew year on year by 100 bps. So yeah, in terms of PAT margin there is a big growth, but if I see their past PAT margin also, they are in a range of 14 to 16%. So in this quarter anyway they are in the higher range. So that is the point. And also if EBITDA margin can increase, PAT margin also will increase in the future as the data center theme will come in this company. And the company management also saying the same thing as I said earlier, that they are looking for a big contribution in terms of revenue from data centers. They are expecting 100 crore revenue in FY26 and 300 to 350 crore from FY27. So as the data center revenue will grow, okay, the margin increase will happen. So that is the thing with this company. We have to track the company, how they execute their plan and how they are executing their data center plan, most importantly. So that is for the company. If I see their P ratio in terms of valuation, they are fairly valued, but as the data center will grow, there may be higher valuation in future. So we have to, the main thing is what we have to track the company and see where the company is heading towards. If all can go in a right way, we can increase our allocation in this kind of businesses. Okay, so that is the point. Because we have to grow with the business, we cannot expect that I will allocate 10%, 15% of my portfolio today. It is not a good idea to do. You can allocate 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever you think for today is best. As the company will grow, as the company will achieve their targets, you can increase by 1%, 2%, 3% to like 10%, 15% also. So that is the point. As the company do well, the prices of the stocks also will be higher. Okay, so that is the point. We have to see, we have to grow with the company. In this company, data centers are the one of the main thing. If I see in the long run, in like 5 years, 10 years. But yeah, we do not, what we have not have to do is that we keep investing because here is the data center and all. We have to track the business. That is the most important thing. We have to track the business and then we have to decide that where the business is going. Because if we see what they are expecting in FY27, they are expecting 300 to 350 kind of crore revenue from data center. So and they are expecting whole console level 450 crore of revenue. So in terms of contribution from data center also, that is less than 10% after 2 years. So that is a long way to go. If I see, we have to track the company that where the guidance are going, where the executions are going, where the company is heading altogether. So that is the point. That is the point with Techno Electric and Engineering. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching.